All right, today is January the 1st, 2017, and right now at 11 p.m., we have a temperature of 45 degrees in the foothills of Los Angeles. We have a relative humidity of 83%. The dew point is 41 degrees, and the barometer is reading 29.90 inches. And we do have a forecast for rain for tomorrow, January the 2nd. And we can see what's happened here. We've got this tropical moisture field right here. This Pineapple Express flow is moving right into central and southern California. We can see that right here in the infrared loop. And we should expect to see some rain on the Doppler map, but that's not the case. Let's look at the Doppler map right here. We can see that there is no rain really to speak of. There is some rain here in San Diego County near Temecula right here. And there's a smattering of rain offshore out past the Channel Islands here. But nothing that we would expect. We should be seeing a lot of rain moving in based on the pattern right here. So we've got two gales. We've got one here and one right here. This has a transmitter on it, and we have a flow pattern. High pressure is right here. We can see that there's a flow heading to the south east right here, and to the northwest over here where this system is. So they've got a channel of high pressure installed right here. Let's take a look at that in the infrared loop. We can see that right here. They've got and look at the activity right in the center between the flow moving this way and the flow moving the other direction. Not a good time to be on a cruise ship. There's a 29-foot seas right over here. This is a storm system. Doesn't look like much, but right here they have they're depicting showing 29-foot seas on the ocean swell report right here. So what's happening is that the flow pattern is moving up and around, and we've got high pressure installed right here. This is stationary high pressure. It's been installed to wind this away and up and around, and they've got a blockade right here, and we can see all the evaporation taking place. They're trying to prevent this moisture, all this weather from merging and getting wound into this storm right here, which is generating 29-foot seas right off of Oregon and Washington State. If you go back to the water vapor loop, we can see that. And right here. Also, we can see the moisture field right here being split in half. They're cutting off the tropical moisture field, this source of moisture, which is winding into the core of this gale. And this is intensifying this gale into a storm. But they've got a transmitter here on this gale. There's actually two lows right here and here. And so they're splitting this off. They're cutting this off. And that will cut off the moisture to this system. Let's go look at that now. You can see that happening right here in this 7.5 hour loop right there. So they are cutting that off, and that will end the moisture moving into this system right here. And that will then wind up and around, and they will eventually burn it off up here. You've got another transmitter right up here, cutting this off from winding into that storm. All right, so this is the western U.S. Water vapor loop. We can see that the crescent of high pressure has followed that low away. It's moving through Texas now. But we've got a new crescent forming right here of high pressure, and that is going to blockade a lot of this. We've got this blocked all through here. There's high pressure installed. That is going to block this system right here. This is that developing storm. This is a gale at the moment. But this high pressure here will block all that, and what we're seeing here is the way this is setting up, that's going to force this tropical flow right into central and southern California. So either one of two things are going to happen. We're going to get a lot of chemtrail activity here very soon, overnight, or it's going to rain. And we do have rain on the forecast from the AccuWeather and also the Weather Channel, weather.com. They're both forecasting rain for tomorrow. Now, that just showed up on the phones and on the on the news as of this morning. This is all happening so fast that the weathercasters don't really know what's going on. Sometimes they're given bogus information, purposely so, to maintain the appearance of randomness, chaotic activity in the weather, which is the way weather used to be. It used to be chaotic and unpredictable, but nowadays we've proven, a lot of these videos that make the case fairly well that our weather is anything but random. It's well choreographed, and these long range forecasts that they're handing out to the networks and different places are planned well in advance, and so forth. So anyway, let's look at some of these other maps we have. We can see that flow moving into right here, central and southern California, and there's no rain showing up on that Doppler map. Let's take another look at that. There's no rain showing up. Maybe a little bit here by San Francisco, but that's it. All right, let's take a look at the water vapor map here. This is the southwest water vapor map. We can see that flow moving in. A lot of chemtrail activity. You can see the depth of that water vapor by the reds. That's heavier rain. That should be heavy, moderate to heavy rain. Okay, let's look at the surface analysis map right here. We can see the high pressure installed right here, which is blocking this Gale-force system right off of California. This is that giant spinning thing. We have another Gale right next to it. This has the transmitter on it. So we've got flow moving to the south east on this system, and then we have flow moving to the northwest. And so that's what we were seeing. They've got a high pressure channel built between these two to maintain the separation. And we have this storm right over here, which is generating a 29-foot seas right off of Oregon and Washington. And so this high will prevent this system here from moving in and getting wound into this, merging with this storm. Okay, here's the swell report, and we can see that storm right off of Oregon and Washington, 29 feet. So this is not a good time to be on a cruise ship heading up to Alaska or anywhere else. Actually, it's there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. All right, let's take a look at the SSEC map, the water vapor map for the west coast and the east Pacific. We can see these two gales, one here and right here. This one has the transmitter on it, generating clockwise rotation. We can see that clockwise rotation. We have a flow on this side, on this weather system moving to the southeast. And we have this system right here moving to the northwest. And we have the Pineapple Express flow moving right into central and southern California. This is all laced with chemtrails. You can see some of these trails moving right diagonally through this flow pattern right here. So the forecast for tomorrow, January the 2nd, is for a lot of chemtrails and probably some rain, maybe, for lucky. Okay, let's take a look next at the MODIS Today map. And we can see the chemtrail haze here. We're looking, this is San Clemente Island, San Nicolas Island, Catalina. And then we have LA right here, Los Angeles, greater Los Angeles. You see all the natural clouds, this brilliant white. But there is some chemtrail haze right here. We can always determine what the chemtrail haze is by the color, this gray, this light gray. That's the chemtrail haze. And also this stuff here is all chemtrail haze right here, this crap. As we pan west, you see the natural moisture field moving in, these natural clouds, this brilliant white, but this stuff has all been sprayed over with this gray chemtrail haze. This stuff is sprayed at 40 to 45,000 feet. It blankets the clouds, and it prevents the lift, causes the capping inversion layer, and we see much less rain. In Southern California, these aerosols will prevent the rain. Up in the northwest, in Oregon and Washington, it will stop. It will throttle back the rain. It will not completely stop it, but it will affect the rain totals. So as we see here, we can see these streaks, this haze Got a trail right here, which is probably 45 minutes old, right running diagonally right through here, and right here as well. Okay, let's look next at these pressure maps for whatever they're worth. Surface pressure map. Right here we have that storm system. Got this gale out here, another one right behind it. High pressure right here, everything's winding around that, back down. The 500 millibar. Right here we have storm system there. We've got this low is developing storm. High pressure installed right here. And the 300 millibar. See some squiggly lines. That's manipulation, transmitter manipulation. We've got varying degrees of high and low pressure in these areas where these squiggly lines are. Okay, so that's the report for January the 1st. And we'll just leave it right here and hope that we get some rain, some more rain, tomorrow. Here's that flow. All right, that's it.